Just one episode left to go now, so let's not waste any time and get straight to the review for Shadowplay. After an ancient journal by Swirl the Bearded reveals that he and all the pillars of Equestria are still alive and trapped in limbo after defeating and containing a dark force, Twilight believes she can free them. But little does she know that the darkness known as the Pony of Shadows would find its escape in the process. Shadowplay marks the third consecutive season finale to be penned in whole or in part by Josh Haber. And I would have to say that he closes out the 7th season in tremendous style with one of the show's best finales. Right from the outset, the story does a terrific job laying the groundwork with its engaging expositional cold opening, which shows the tale of how Swirl and the Pillars defeated the Pony of Shadows as documented in the last words of his journal. When Twilight decides to set out to free them from limbo, the episode's first half brilliantly utilises all the characters by giving them all their own important part to play in the mission, as each of them goes to retrieve an artifact connected to the legendary Pillars. It's the first time in ages that I've seen an episode centered around the entire group that actually treats them like an ensemble cast, with each of them serving a key purpose. That's something that not even the movie could accomplish as well as it could and should have done. The narrative doesn't always go where you might think, and it's all the better for it. While Starlight's worries about messing with time and history are understandable, it's also very believable that Twilight would know what she was doing with her plan. And the idea of setting out to recover 6 ponies who are confirmed alive and have been trapped in an empty void between worlds for 1,000 years is a perfectly reasonable one. But then after she ends up inadvertently releasing an ancient dark villain at the same time, it's easy to think that maybe she should indeed have given more attention to her students' concerns. The arrival of the Pillars brings the season's Legends of Magic story arc to an end remarkably well, as we learn of how their own elements that they left behind before their disappearance inspired and complement the main 6s so perfectly. Plus, after being disappointingly overdubbed in Daring Done, it's great to finally hear Somnambula's voice. And with her positive, hopeful and bubbly personality in both her previous episode and the comics, it's no wonder that she quickly became a fan favourite. Swirl is a different story though, as he finally appears after 7 years of wait and anticipation, and his gruff, cold and often rude characterization isn't exactly what many were expecting. It does make some sense though, considering that he's far less experienced and knowledgeable about friendship than Twilight and the others, and he's just been abruptly brought back from a 1,000-year exile, and the first thing he's got to do is find a way to rebanish the evil that forced him to stay there in the first place. So obviously, he's gonna be a bit annoyed. But then the map calls all the main 6 to the place where the Pony of Shadows is thought to be hiding out, leading Starlight to believe that the matter might be a friendship problem. At that moment, Swirl's character reaches a very negative point when he dismisses her suggestion by bluntly remarking, "Once a villain, always a villain." He should be lucky that no other reformed villain, especially Luna, was around to hear that. Another pivotal scene comes from a flashback where the Pillars recount the story of how they defeated Yep, you're not seeing things. The trio of antagonists from Rainbow Rocks are now officially canon in Friendship is Magic. While it doesn't suddenly make watching Equestria Girls essential, it is still very interesting to see the main series show continuity with its human counterpart spin-off, rather than the other way round. This sequence also terrifically showcases the narrative's ability to keep its viewers engrossed by switching things up and keeping them guessing, as it now becomes entirely possible that the sinister opposition may not actually be the real antagonist. When Swirl still refuses to listen, it's here where Starlight truly shines brightly in an outstanding way, finding herself alone against a bunch of stronger and seemingly wiser minds, but always standing up for what she believes is the right thing to do.
Stygian was the name the Pony of Shadows gave up when he turned to darkness.
And I'm just trying to figure out why.
Envy. He wanted more power than he had, and that desire led him down a path from which there is no return.
I know from experience that's not always true. When the map called you 6 to my village, it was for a friendship problem. Are you sure this is different?
Stygian wants to destroy all that is good in this world. There's no way to befriend a pony like that.
I guess I'm lucky your idol wasn't around when you decided to be my friend. I might have been banished to Limbo too.
As the group finally makes their stand against the Pony of Shadows, they also meet and get to know the real Stygian as he was before he was consumed by the darkness, and then finally join together to help him fight against it to recover his true self. The result is an immensely gripping final act. Intelligent, investing, and unpredictable, with fascinating lore and excellent characters, time and repeat viewings will tell where exactly this ranks among the other season finales, but for me, it's very high up the list and easily the best one since Twilight's Kingdom. I absolutely loved every single minute of Shadowplay, and I'm gonna give it the special Golden Star score of 10 out of 10. But there is still one thing I'm wondering about. How does Limbo work in regards to the sirens? Twilight did say in the episode that it isn't any kind of world, it's in between. So does that mean that they somehow found a way to escape Limbo when that's how they ended up in the human world? And that maybe this void of nothingness isn't as secure as it seems? Or was Swirl perhaps a bit more careless back then and just sent them straight to the human world, bypassing Limbo entirely? Anyway, that's a possible story for a future episode or movie, if they ever decide to bring the sirens back. Seriously, Rainbow Rocks came out in 2014. It's about time. And on that note, that concludes Season 7. It's been another excellent season to follow, one that gave us some fantastically memorable new characters, and even some episodes that I could rank as some of the show's all-time best. And although it's taken me a while to get there, it has been great to review it all, and once again, I want to thank all of you for following my reviews as and when they came. Sorry to keep you all waiting, but I am definitely aiming to get better at producing and uploading them sooner for Season 8. Until next time, thanks again for watching, and keep shining on, every pony!